Welcome back to the Wealth 360 channel, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Miss Peaches Makes It Plain, where I explain books that people say that you should read. That way you can get a better feel for them, understand them a little more, and ultimately apply them to your life, because what we doing? Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment, all right, baby? And if there's any books that you want me to do on this channel, please leave them in the comments. Whichever books get the most requests, then that's the ones we'll do. Okay, so you're trying to change your life and manifest on purpose, but it's not working. You feel fake when you do affirmations because you know it's not true. This is only a mindset issue, I promise. You are so close to getting what you came for. You have to get your mindset right in order to manifest properly. Because you're creating all the time, most of the time, we create things that we don't like. The secret manifestation formula is going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to change your mindset. And y'all, that's the most important part. Scan the QR code, get your copy today, stop playing with yourself. I mean, you got to spend the time anyway, so you might as well spend it changing your life. We are starting off with Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Okay, baby, this is a classic, so we're going to start at chapter 1, and we're going to keep going till we ain't got none. Chapter 1, the man who thought his way into a partnership with Thomas A. Edison. Now, Napoleon does preference this chapter with a little tidbit about thoughts. So he says thoughts are very powerful, especially when they combine with purpose, persistence, and a burning desire, baby.
I'm on fire.
And by the name of Edwin C. Barnes. He lived in the middle of nowhere.
I'm here in the middle of nowhere.
He was broke as hell.
Baby, I don't have no money. I don't have no end. Gina, I'm ass out.
Okay. And he had little education.
Hello, my name's Forrest Gump.
He was just a man trying to make it, all right? But for some reason, he had a strong desire to work with Thomas Edison. Now, up until this point, he had only heard of Thomas Edison. He didn't know this nigga from a can of paint, but he knew he had to get to him. He had to meet him because they were supposed to work together. Now, Napoleon doesn't say whether, Edwin was an inventor of sorts or anything like that. He just says that he had a burning desire to work with Thomas Edison. Now, this time, Edison lived in or was working out of Orange, New Jersey. Okay, that's where all his labs were, all his offices were, everything. All right, and remind you, Edwin was in the middle of no the fuck where. The book doesn't say where Edwin was, so we don't know where he was. We also know that he was so broke that he couldn't even get the fare to take a train ride to New Jersey.
Damn.
Okay, now this would have stopped most people already. For one, you trying to get to a nigga that you don't know, and for two, you trying to get to a nigga that you don't know, and you ain't got no money to get to the nigga that you... Baby, we would have chucked the deuces.
I'm chunking up the...
And started doing something else. But not Edwin, baby. Let me tell you why. Edwin had what we call definite desire. Do you know what definite desire is? Definite desire is when you feel something so strongly, okay, that can't nobody talk you out of it. Can't nobody tell you shit, baby.
And you can't tell me nothing.
No matter how close y'all are with each other.
Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you.
It don't matter if you look up to them or even if you value their opinion, all right? When you have definite desire, you're going to do exactly what you said you was going to do, okay? And that's what Edwin C. Barnes did, baby. He hopped on a freight train, okay? A freight train take freight, not people, okay? He done snuck his ass on a freight train that was going to New Jersey. He done popped up at Edison's offices talking about some, hey, I'm here to work with Thomas Edison. I know them niggas was sitting there looking like,
no, chill for what? Who is this nigga?
okay? But when Thomas saw him, Thomas was like, oh, this nigga don't look like shit. But he saw the determination on Edwin's face. He saw that Edwin intended to get everything that he came for, okay, baby? And he gave him a what? An opportunity.
Message.
Now, they wasn't partners, but he was working in the Edison offices. Now, he was doing meaningless paperwork, shit that don't mean nothing, filing, stuff like that, right? But he wasn't tripping because his foot was in the door, okay? And he already proved to himself that the power of thought can take him places. Look at where he came from, okay? Now he got some money in his pocket, okay? He working for Thomas Edison, all right? He's out of the city where he come from where wasn't nothing going on, baby, okay? And so all of these things together allowed him to increase his desire.
Increase
Not decreased because he wasn't partners with Thomas Edison. It increased his desire to keep going, to keep pushing, to get what he came for, which was ultimately to work with Thomas Edison. As the months went by, Edwin soon got his chance, baby, okay? So Thomas Edison has created a new machine during this time, right? It's called the Edison dictating machine, or the Ediphone, something like that. However, his team wasn't feeling it.
I don't like that shit. For sure.
Thomas Edison team was not with it, bro. What is this, okay? They was complaining about selling it. They didn't know how they was gonna sell it. They didn't even think people was gonna buy it, okay? But Edwin C. Barnes, okay, baby, he saw the what? The opportunity.
Message.
Yes, Edwin C. Barnes seen the opportunity, and he approached Edison once again. Let him know, I can sell this. I know I can sell this. I got this. Edison was like, nigga, have it. Okay, then after that, Edwin went around the nation selling these Ediphones. Okay, they was eating them up like hotcakes. All right, since sold these things so good that they even came up with a slogan for them, okay? They was like, Ediphone, built by Edison, installed by Barnes, okay? That's Edwin C. Barnes, baby. All right, now, after Edison saw this, he was like, damn, shit, let's link up. They link up. They in a partnership now, baby. They was partners for over 30 years, okay? Now, you tell me what the power of thought can't do. Thank y'all for listening. Be back here for the next episode where we will go over chapter 2.